endeavors and decisions that they have ahead of them. We ask a blessing upon those of us sitting here in these seats that we too would come together as one, and we all just be blessed. May you continue to be ever present through this meeting, and as we go home to our residents, may you make sure that we get there safely. And we ask this all in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adoption of the agenda.
We can make one change. We need to add plus net fee agreement for engineering services. We'll go put that fee right for public works. With that change, I make a motion to adopt the agenda. I'll second it.
Motion to adopt the agenda by Commissioner Horton, second by Commissioner White. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carries consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor? All opposed? Public comments.
You got somebody coming in?
Probably the Christmas list.
Super full of food.
Hearing none. Discussion of campsite rates.
After the Parks Board meeting last Monday, following recommendations been made, we raised the camping fees by a total of $50 per year. So that would bring the city rate to $550 and the out-of-town rate to $600. We raised the daily boating pass to $10. We leave the season pass alone, as well as leave the 14-day spot charge alone. And then we offer be completely on the choice on this one if they want to do it or not. But if they want to pay an extra $250 for the year, leave the camper sit for the 5 months of off season. So with that being said, I'll make a motion to accept or to increase the yearly camping rate by $50.
Can you make all those separate motions, or can it be one motion?
So I started making a motion for 50. So
Can I make the whole thing one motion?
sure. So is it all addressing camp rates, right? You're just
It's camp rates and and voting, but it's all has to do with the
like
lake.
since it's dealing with parks, I think you could,
Okay. And so I will,
unless there's just, I mean, if there's gonna be disagreement, you could separate it. If you anticipate disagreement on some and agreement on others, you can always separate them out.
What was the voting before?
voting was $6 for a daily rate. Month 10. So I can redo my motion. If I've already said my motion, then
Sure, that's fine.
my new motion is we will accept the $50 increase for city for yearly camping. We'll accept the change of the daily boating pass, and we will allow the extended term on the extra payment for extended term.
Winter. For the winter.
Yeah, for the wintertime camping.
Motion on the table by Commissioner White.
I have a question. No, we're in a vote, but can I ask a question right now? With this $50 raise on this and, I don't understand the 250 on that. So they gonna be able to stay out there year round? Yeah, you just build your camper and,
Yeah, it would be an additional 250.
yeah, you be on top of the rate for it.
Regular rate, if we to allow, if you wanted
Just
to stay, if you didn't want to wage, well, no.
You can use them, I mean, you'll still pay electric, you'll still pay everything like you would a normal seat. So then at that point, when they be a resident, if they're living here year round.
Not necessarily, I mean, I don't think people will stay during the months that it gets super cold.
Another question I have is, with this raise, what are we gonna do with it? Are we going to attempt to try to do some improvements to the lake?
Well, I have some answers for that, because we went through 2 meetings of the lake people coming in and just saying the city hasn't done anything. So I actually got what has been done out there.
Okay, thank you.
We've had 53 police calls, which takes a police officer to go out to. We have Randy's employees out there. We put filling at the north end, trim trees, which they say nothing happens because they're there Monday through Friday. So employees work Monday through Friday. They're on the weekend, they don't see them. 10 semi loads of rock. We hauled dirt up there, 3 loads at least. Dirt was hauled into the lower campsites at the north end. Riprap was put down at Bottoms Cove and broken up. Painted the basketball courts, painted horseshoe pits, hauled in sand for the volleyball courts, replaced the faucets at the shower house, replaced the lift pump station at the shower house, busted up riprap at the spillway, cleaned out ditches along the north end, ground stumps at Baker's Ridge, riprap at the shelter house, we went out and graded the roads at least twice and pumped out all the outhouses out there that are the rock ones. And we have 9 dumpsters out there that we pay for. So for saying that they get absolutely nothing out of their money, this is what's been done. Oh, and 131 area checks where the cops have been driving by that got called in on top of the 53 police calls.
So I still have a motion on the table. Commissioner White,
And a $50 raise is 4.2 cents a day.
I'll second this motion.
second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor,
Aye.
all opposed,
Aye.
motion carries. I wasn't going to, said that I was gonna go, because I can't cause a tie, so. But being how there wasn't a tie, I can vote.
Yeah, you sure, and then a no vote.
Right. Okay. Discussion of the front office and police department fees.
I added in the ordinances that we spoke about last time. Most of the things that we're talking about are by ordinance. So
Let's go through and then each one that goes to,
I think he was gonna look and see if there was some that just said until decided, or that you guys would decide, or they may all be a little bit different on what they say. Yeah, I mean, on the sewer one, we repealed the previous ordinance. They repeal the water ordinance. Passing, and then. Yeah, I think we have to do one. If we're gonna change something that it has in there. I included the court cost ordinance, but we haven't really talked about those, so.
That was pretty recent, if I recall.
2020. Most of those are probably with. No, other, yeah.
State's a little higher. We're about the same.
I did notice that the, golf cart and utility vehicle ordinance that was just passed says that they are to pay $25 and, I believe it's been 30 for at least a couple of years.
Gonna raise it by 4.2 cents.
I think it's by at least 10%.
Of what it is.
I'll go up in like. It's 30, move it to 35. Those are the ones that I get, I mean, we need to get some of this stuff passed before the end of the year or decided on.
Yeah, the UTV one is through the end of the year, so we'll want that by January 1st to be effective by then. The dog tags, I'll be sending reminders out next month, so we'll want to know if we're raising those.
One of those now.
That was the ordinance, which simply says the amount, see that change. The pound is different, but without adding or.
What goes into changing the ordinance? What's that? What goes into changing the ordinance? I can't hear. What goes into changing an ordinance?
Just to draft a new one, we'll have to publish.
Publish it.
You can publish summaries if they're long ones, but a lot of these are not. So like, yeah, like the water service, we just amended that specific section last time. Those were. So I'd say since you have all of these, maybe just review them and come up with, yeah, I don't want to change everything. But pick the ones that you really think need to be changed, and we can bring them at the next meeting, and there would be special time to have us by the end of the year. Is what we're on. Believe it or not, our next one's in November. It's coming up, so but we could have it the next meeting if you discuss which ones you want changed, if any. We could have first reading by the second meeting in November. Yeah, I could have an ordinance ready for that for first reading and then approval first meeting in December, and there'd be special time to publish. So it'd be ready by the end of the year. I mean, some of the ones that are recent, I don't know that I'd recommend, especially like the court costs and things like that. There are some complaints, I'm sure Dennis heard some complaints already about like our warrant fees and stuff like that from the people that are rearrested. So those have already been fine tooth comb. Yeah, I'm not too sympathetic on some of those, but yeah, I mean, we're already at a point where you have the pay docket on people reviewing ability to pay. So I don't know if I'd go higher on those since those were just reviewed by the previous city administrator and I think the previous police chief, and those were just modified substantially. So
Average you sent out an increase to us. That one will affect the electric rates. Maybe we don't actually raise the electric rate except for the increase that Evergy's passing on. So that way we're not eating it. You just.
We did like across the board, not on all the stuff we were talking about the beginning, at like the 10%. Can we go through and just have the vote to raise it all 10% and then go through and publish each one?
Well, the problem is that there are some restrictions on ordinances addressing issues, so whether that would fall with one issue, I mean, you could say it's increasing across the board, but really you're addressing sewer, you're addressing water, you're addressing, so usually those will require a separate ordinance, because you're amending the prior ordinance by increasing the rate. So unfortunately, I think you're gonna have some of these by various ordinances that are gonna increase. I mean, you can discuss it tonight, but there's gonna be a lot, because you have a lot of ordinances to review, and it might be better if you take these, review them, and come up with specific ones that you want to see increase by the end of the year. So what one are you sending out, the?
Dog tags.
It would be need to be voted on tonight.
No.
No, you'd have to direct
we
me
have
to
to
prepare an ordinance, and then you would have the first reading of the ordinance at the next meeting. So there's some you definitely think need to be increased. It's like our sewer water was 7 years ago. Is that right?
One of them was. We talked about the dog tags at least being an even dollar amount instead of $7.50.
That's when you
Maybe
can,
more like $10.
if you have a recommendation on that, you can just direct me to prepare an ordinance to review at the next meeting, and that way that.
We'll do the dog tags tonight and the side by sides. Those are two that we know need to go.
If it's not set by ordinance, they can just vote to change one, correct?
What's that?
If it's not set by
Yeah,
ordinance or
they
to
can just
the,
vote to.
it's the dog pound. The daily rate is, the ordinance says minimum of $6, which it's $8 now, so that one does.
Yeah, but it just has a minimum and no maximum.
So that one.
But like the residential service, which I assume is this electric. The one
I highlighted it.
15207, it just says rates charged. Electric rate. So electric rate, that's set already through July 2026. Service charge and things like that, so. I don't know, that's when you're gonna want to change since it's
I
already
think we
been
just
set.
did that one.
Yeah,
So it wasn't, that one really wasn't on the radar.
yeah, that was just July 23.
Yeah.
So like the dog, if you just wanna, you wouldn't be approving it tonight, you'd just be directing me to work up a deal for the dogs and whatever else, and you just have it ready by the next meeting.
Separate motions, one for the dogs, one for the UTVs.
Yeah, UTVs, I mean, that was just done, so what are you wanting on that one? That's
Using the price on it. It,
okay,
I don't think it was even correct in
okay.
there, because it's been $30 for.
See,
Page 2 of that, the license fee shall be $25 per calendar year.
yeah, I see it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you could, I would have separate motion then, since they're two different things.
What'd you say the pound fee was?
Currently $8 a day.
Make a motion to make the dog tags go up to $10 for the year.
Motion on the table for dog tags from Commissioner Horton to go to $10.
Effective January 1.
Yeah, this next year. Yeah. That's what he's gonna do.
Second by Commissioner
Sorry,
Pierce.
that one, we start selling dog tags for next year, December 15th, that
I had the motion needs to be effective the date that.
isn't it December 15th?
I think so.
I mean, it's
Wait.
effective for January first, it's for 2026, so,
Oh, okay.
but we start selling them in December.
Yeah, if you start selling them in December, but it's for effective date of January 1, then that'd be sufficient.
Okay, so the motion to raise the dog tags to $10 by Commissioner Horton, second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor? All opposed?
And I'll make another motion to raise the dog pound to $10 a day. Effective January 1st.
How much?
$10.
To $10 as well. Motion on the table by Commissioner Thornton,
I'll second it.
second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
We're gonna change side by side. What's everybody wanna do?
Percent move it to 33.
We're at 30 now.
Make it even.
Check 35.
That's just my opinion, not that I want to raise it, but. But
Okay with
it makes
35.
more sense to move it in increments of 5 than it does 3.
Make a motion that we do the side by sides to 35.
It would. Second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All opposed?
Effective January first.
Yeah, effective January 1st. Any other easy ones in there?
Notaries right now, we can charge what we want, we've been charging $3. That was just one, and copies, we really don't have anything, we've been charging 15 cents per copy and 25 cents for color or front back. Don't know that those have to be changed, but those were the two other things we found that weren't by ordinance.
You have recommendation to increase them?
I was told it's cheap, but they're, that color company, they could break it up, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have I don't think we have that many that come in for copies.
Usually the library.
Yeah, probably. Notaries, if we raised we'd say $5. It's also okay at 3 to us. I mean, we don't do that many that aren't city notaries. So.
Make a motion to raise the notary to $5.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Pierce.
Effective now.
Effective now.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Did you know what, you said, Evergy set something out for, you remember what the rate was? Or think about it.
You don't? I don't do it all. It's to me, I'm one more supposed to to Brianna. There's like 200 or some people listed on the deal. All GRDA customers notify you at the October 8th regular meeting the GRDA Board of Directors surcharge of 23.63 mils, which is a 0.02363 per kilowatt hour. But that's just for the month of October. Where's the one? That's a surcharge. Because that's not the same one. If I
I don't have it anywhere.
Do you remember seeing it?
Yeah, I just forwarded the one that you were just talking about. If that's it.
I don't think that's it because it's just for the month of November. I just thought that there was one that it was gonna be a new surcharge that maybe it was just that.
There was one that I forwarded to everybody September 11th. 3-year rate change plan. The plan included a series of 3 rate increases to be effective October 1, 2024, October 1, 2025, and October 1, 2026.
Uh, See, or no, if it's just that rate increase for the month, they don't usually do it by month. I've never heard of it being done like that.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like to me it wasn't 42 cents, it was something cheaper than that. But yeah, I can't find it. So for now. The trash RFPs, we can't raise that. Bids. Right,
That rate's clear.
trash, the trash rates,
Yeah.
because we won't know what the bids are.
When will we get them?
We're gonna open them at the next meeting.
Okay.
Any others that anybody wants to do tonight?
We need to discuss water and electrical.
Electric, or sewer, and sewer.
Thanks, Stuart. These we need to bring them up on the next meeting, correct?
No, you can talk about it now, we'll just have to do it by ordinance.
the water chemicals or the chemicals required for the sewer plant.
Because
They went up.
we were using, we have to use them.
They were using them.
$265 for 2.
Yes.
That'll for tonight. Your vet inspections, was that by the state? Accident reports and impound.
Accident reports are already pretty standard. The impound, if you want, we haven't impounded in cars since I've been here. They're one of those that doesn't get used a whole lot.
That pretty much will cover it. All right, so if you guys are good with that, we'll move on to the next subject. Discussion of the Hammersmith MFG bond redemption.
So this was, from a long time ago. I think that was prior to my time even represent the city. This was a bond issue, and whoever the trustee was and the people that were handling the bond, somebody dropped the ball in that once that bond was paid off, they're supposed to prepare paperwork that would allow for all of the property transfer back. So the city had a deed, and I think there was a lease agreement, which is pretty standard on bond issuance. Once those are over, usually there's a release of your lien or release of the property or deed back, and somewhere along the line that did not happen. Bond issuance, so they have worked up. Yeah. They've worked up the paperwork to have that release. That's just terminating the lease agreement and assigning it back to Hammersmith. So I don't have any issues with what they have. So something the city will have to sign on to, and then the trustee used to be M&J Bank, and evidently they've been succeeded by UMB Bank. So UMB Bank would sign as a successor on the trustee. So we're just releasing whatever interest we have on that and then deeding that property back to them. So that's something that came up on a title search, evidently. They were trying to transfer something. So I have a motion authorizing the mayor to sign this document.
I'll make a motion to have the mayor sign the Hammersmith MFG bond redemption.
Motion up to like Commissioner Pierce, second by Commissioner White, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none. All Trees and Shrubs Code. You had a chance to look at it.
I have the ordinance that was in here, but
The question, I guess, is who's responsible for the trees? Several people think that we're responsible for all the trees. And so they're deciding which ones we should take down, which ones we shouldn't take down. I guess the deal is which ones are responsible, which ones we're not.
so, I mean, from a liability standpoint, we have, I mean, the way the question's asked, yeah, your email I got from Thursday. We have the right under the ordinance to maintain, remove trees that are in our right of way. The question is, are we required to? It's like everything, it's subject to public funds and discretion of the city. So, I mean, are you required to maintain every tree that's in our right of way in the city? No. Do we have the right to? Yes.
Well, what's come up is like once someone else can take out a tree, they say it's dead, it's not dead. But they say it's our tree, we should take it down. It's a hazard, it's not dead, so I don't see where it's a hazard, but even if it is, if it's on their property, should they have to take care of it now, according to the ordinance?
So like I said, I mean, we have the right to, if it's interfering with our, so I mean,
Sure.
13-301 may remove or cause to remove any tree that's unsafe or injurious to our electric power lines, gas lines, sewers, etc. So we have the right to do that. Are you required to take down every tree, especially if it's on somebody's property? No. But if it's interfering with our right of way
Right, we have the
or
right to do
lines,
that.
you have the right to.
That'd be under 1307. And we should board the responsibility of the cost on 1307. The way I see it, if we take it down because of utility reasons, we bear the cost.
Yeah, if you do,
Yeah.
are you required to? No.
So then on the other one, where 1306, dangerous or dead trees on private property, if it's on private property. Say if it's in the right of way, it's ours, well, if it's in the right of way, it's.
That's when it's overhanging. So, like I said, you can do it. Are you required to on every tree? No. I mean, it's subject to public funds and to the city's discretion, just like streets and alleys and things like that. So, 1306 requires the owners to remove all the trees that are injurious to the public. And then when you're looking at 1307, we have the authority to remove it, but aren't required to do so.
So for instance, if they got a tree that's in the right of way, that's dead, and they want it removed, we don't have time to do it, that's up to them.
Yeah. Now, there's liability if it falls on interest, property, or person.
We fall into that.
Well, if we have something in our right of way and it is something that we could, there's potential liability on something like that. I can't tell you a blanket yay or nay that we won't have liability, but if we have a tree that's overhanging into our public right of way, we have discretion on cutting it. If we don't, is there a potential liability if it falls on something? There's always potential liability.
So it's not.
There's not a black and white answer to some of this. All I say is we have the right to do it if it's in the public right of way. We have the right to trim, remove, whatever we think is needed. If the tree is falling or is into the public right of way or could be injurious to our public water, sewer, electrical, all of that, we have the right to do that. But can they call us and say, hey, my dead tree is hanging over, you need to remove it right now? No. Where's that?
It is when you talk about it. Consider appointment of K Camp voting delegate and alternate. Who are they?
Josh, the alternate.
You were you the alternate?
I think I was helping me out, I think. If I remember right.
So we need a new voting delegate and then we gotta do both. Right?
I believe so.
14th of the year.
Before November 4th.
At least 3 of us.
If this form is not returned, voting delegates and alternates from last year will stand as follows. Voting delegate none, alternate delegate none.
We'll transfer to whoever sits in the seat later.
I don't think so.
I don't wanna do it. You wanna do it?
Oh, really? Want to do it?
Sure. Make that motion.
What? Well, I don't know if that doesn't really make sense to have you do it, because if he does it. If he doesn't,
Well, yeah,
if he
I
doesn't
know.
get in, he might not be here in 2 months. Yes,
So that leaves you two.
Basically, what their position is I think you vote on, your voting member on our K-Camp insurance. Or insurance policy.
I'll
They
do
have a
it.
rule.
One of the benefits of participating in a risk retention pool like K-Camp versus buying commercial insurance is the opportunity to participate in the direction of the organization. Your attendance and participation in the annual meeting will afford you an opportunity to interact with K-Camp leaders. This says that the voting delegate and their alternate identified below agree to participate in the K-Camp annual meeting to be held December 9th in Wichita. But it said that exact thing last year too, and I don't think anybody went.
They usually do it by Zoom now,
I think she did do it by Zoom.
so
I'll do it.
they make that motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Commissioner Thornton as the voting delegate for K-Camp.
Motion to table, Commissioner Pierce.
Second.
Second by Commissioner White, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I abstain.
The alternate,
Make a motion to leave Josh White as the alternate. For K-Camp.
motion to table by Commissioner Thornton.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Then it's right down with the motions. We were fast. I'm not kidding. So that's right. So. We saw the cherry guts. Ready?
Yep.
The CDBG. It's for the C-clip. That was added to the agenda. It was a necessary item to sign and return. You want to explain any more to that?
I asked Garrett, he said it should all be good. Diane with CDBG, handles all of that. She's the one that sent it to me. Jen Brindle is with KDOT and she is in on that as well. So, we just need that signed. I'll send it back to Jen and then it'll get the ball rolling for this C-clip project.
This next year, 26 or
27.
Get a motion for that.
For him to sign it, or for the agreement to be approved and him to sign it, I think. I guess I have to sign it too, so I guess we just need to do the agreement, you just need to approve the agreement.
The agreement given to us by. For the C-Clip project.
Forward that to all of them.
Then there's just the one spot for me to sign.
I feel like, you know. The rest of them.
Zero. Something changes. One. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I guess. The one that is like the company. What did it say? It didn't have your name.
No, it's blank.
Yours.
It's blank, it's something to do with it. Or.
And have you signed the secret?
Yes,
Make the motion to have Brian sign and approve the split for EG.
motion on table, Commissioner Wood. Second by Commissioner Pierce. All in favor? All opposed? Public work, Randy.
So well number 2 was fixed and it's back up running. Got a call from the wire. They're gonna get it this week or next. They're gonna do the painting on the inside of the water tower. And then sanitize it. And then while Alexander was here for the pump to fix well 2, they pulled number 4 because it's not pumping anything with it on. Bearings are out of it, so they're gonna have to replace that one. Let's do this, but they haven't got it done yet. Gonna replace that too. And then the chip and seal are done, and they did 21 blocks. Then you schedule 35, but 121 is all the oil with to do. So that's done. That's all I have for you.
That estimate should be a little cheaper because that one already has the VFD on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I'm expecting it to be cheaper. It should be cheaper because it's smaller well, so.
Any questions for Randy? Code enforcement.
What's going on there, starting to send out less letters and talk to people more. I enclosed a picture of just the house and the change it makes when you send somebody a letter that don't know what their house looks like. That lady actually lives in California. She didn't know what it looked like.
Looks much better now.
Is that in Central?
I was trying to clean up Central and 15th and one out here just because it's what you see when you come into town. First impressions are everything. I drove past it after they did it and I didn't recognize it.
Anything for code enforcement? Keep on cleaning it up. Department updates, dispatch updates.
The next Monday, Dave Spain is moving from part-time to full-time, full staff in the police department. The only other thing is just offer some clarity, I guess, from the last meeting when we were talking about the asbestos removal on this house. Part of the reason we were asking about the asbestos removal about the field was to try to use the budgeted funds from this year to do the asbestos removal with these funds, so then the first of the year, it's a house that can be knocked down right away, and we've already had that part out of the way, instead of saving the asbestos and tear down for next year, just trying to set one up for beginning of the year, when funds still budgeted for, we'll have enough for the asbestos inspection, but that is, didn't mention that part at the last meeting, so to make sure there's clarity there why we were asking. And we have runs out this week, next week, I think, which I don't give another one, but I don't know whether it'll go up or not, but.
You have enough to still do the tear down you're doing plus that. That's what your recommendation would be.
We should have enough for, to finish the one that they started. One or two more.
There's two.
I think, two more after that, and then still get the asbestos with that bid that we have for them to remove. Under in the budgeted funds for.
The only thing we're taking out of that fund is the landfill fees, is all the slaves that it's already paid for anyway, so. I mean, yeah, we should track of it, but what's coming out of that fund is only landfill fees. And that's $1,000 per house, so.
Motion on it, do we need to consent this is okay?
You've already, these are already on the list.
It's on the list, it has asbestos in it, but we can't tear it down until the asbestos is removed,
Yeah.
and they've got a bid for.
So you've already approved it, removal.
They're just wanting to have the removal done this year instead of wait until next year.
Prove the cost of the removal is $8,000 or something, $5,000.
5,000 something, and then the other company, they charge to come do the inspection to tell us how much they're gonna charge to tear it down.
So it's on the resolution. We are just needing approval to pay the asbestos fee. Okay, yeah.
Get a company to come remove it.
Okay, that would just be a motion.
Make a motion to approve the bid for the asbestos removal.
What the amount was, 5,000.
And the minutes from last.
Yeah.
week, I think. The last meeting.
Do we need it? Exactly. Kevin?
What's that?
Does he need the exact amount for just to approve it?
Do you have a,
I think it's in the minutes, but the way.
do you have the name of the, I mean, it's always nice to have the exact amount.
$5,079 is what,
It's
I don't think you ever said.
Or you could have a
That I
motion to
remember,
approve
right?
asbestos up to an amount up to $6,000. That should cover it. Yeah.
Cause it also said that it didn't
Oh, I was gonna say.
include.
Yeah, okay.
Taxes.
part of.
One, yeah.
Supplies, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
But
Will
then
it be over 6 or?
their estimate was $5,079, which includes labor, materials, equipment, and disposal fees. However, the city's tax exemption only applies to the contractor's labor and not the materials and expenses.
Which would be their gowns, stuff, and that we don't know what that.
Okay. Yeah, just so the way it's coming back, do you want it to be, might not exceed 7,000 or?
Yeah, that was gonna be more than that. Okay.
Yep,
Make a motion to accept the bid of up to $7,000 for the asbestos removal.
motion on the table by Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
second by Commissioner Thornton. Favor? All opposed?
What's that?
The other.
More than that here.
What that is, 16.
I don't know if you want me. I'll get your cards ready.
Oh. Two seconds.
Yeah.
Chief.
You clarify something that you said at the last meeting about the ATV, that and it's initially not going to cost the city anything.
Yeah, the grant that we were going to apply for was 100% grant for the UTV. The medical sled that we were eventually planning to do would be out of pocket something for the grant. We missed that grant. It was open for just under 24 hours before it closed. It was full of, they only take so many before they close it. It's gonna open again in January, I think, so we're trying to get set where we have everything done. As soon as it opens, you gotta start typing the grant and get it submitted, so. But yes, the original UTV is 100% in the grant. And then we have the equipment that we put on it, any lighting, things like that, we have that, like some over and wire and go hook it up, but.
I just had several people ask me about, why are we getting an ATV if it's, if we don't have the money for anything else, why are we buying an ATV? And that's what I told them, I just wanted to make sure that that was.
Yeah, yes, it was 100% grant for it.
Anybody else?
Well, we got his stuff tonight, but I think we need a vote on his vacation time.
Yep.
He wants to, anything over 120, he hasn't been able to use, so he wants to get paid out for his vacation time. I'm okay with it, everybody else is. We talked about, that's how we were gonna do it before.
Oh, I thought it was an extension. You want your money?
We can't use it, why?
Use them if you split
I
it.
don't know that the extension's gonna help much.
Make a motion that we pay out Dennis anything over 120 hours of his vacation.
Motion on the table by Commissioner Thornton,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Pierce, all in favor, all opposed.
My signature go where the city administrators would have been.
Yours needs to go to the department.
I'm sorry.
So there's two spots here, the city administrator signature and a department head signature. I'm not really a department head either, but it'd be him, but
And it's on,
it's on his vacation time.
So-
To agree to pay out his overtime.
so that would be, the commission, since we don't have the administrator position any longer. He works under the commission, so, I think you all would just motion to approve it, and then anyone of the commissioners, usually the mayor signs on behalf of the city, but I think
There's a department head signature and an administrator signature, both needed, and we already approved it.
your department head is a commission now, is that, so.
What's the other one?
for D. Administrative updates. Oh, when you're ready, sorry.
Um. The rainbow grant. That we applied for, we did not get. We spent. But, they said. The next Rainbow Community Grant Cycle will open in summer 2026 with awards announced in November 2026.
Okay.
So. We'll make a note to watch for that. And then. I think we approved it at the beginning of the camping season, that campers can go, if it's a weekend, they can go through the weekend with that.
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. we can
So
go
they need to
till
be
the-
out by the end of the day, Sunday.
Well, unless we just, what we just approved, would, like, if, I don't know, do we wanna let that, like, if they were coming in and pay the $250 extra now, we'll do that all the way till, granted, they're still gonna get their letter and everything, but that would give them all the way till April.
Yeah.
And then if they don't renew their spot by April, then,
By February.
I think it was a blanket.
well, yeah, by February, it was, yeah, yeah, by April.
Well, on a weekday,
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought
good
so.
for the weekend.
Okay. And then we'll read the meters on Monday, so that's where we figured that that's what it was gonna be anyway, so why not just let them move out on the weekend, so, okay. Go ahead.
How are you coming on your, bid proposals for your, software updates?
I have them all, I'm just kind of,
Everybody to try it. But
I can, I mean, Matter Technologies is still. At this point, we're just kind of, we have to pay G-Works for another year, so,
it's not quite a big hurry.
but. Yeah, and they're promising all these fixes and everything, but we've been paying them for 2 years for service that we haven't gotten, so.
Is that the same ones that have the Temetra or the Itron stuff?
No, they are compatible with Itron or with Symetra, but. They're separate companies. But we've also been paying Symetra for their service 2 years and we haven't gotten it. That's not their fault exactly. But. Yeah, I,
Trouble with the Itron stuff or something, is have to be. The. Or somebody. Or you call or who calls. To
I just know you're having trouble.
see it. Put the main.
But Itron is not, they're not. Service, they don't recommend, they don't do anything with it. The Temetra is the new one. We still have Itron because Simple City or whatever it is, can't get the Temetra work. So we have both. Itron is what we are using currently, but it's not supported. So any problems you have with it or anything like that, they won't support it. Temetra they do, but Temetra we can't use because Simple City or whatever the one is, that their G-Works, wherever ones they're going to, the newer one, they have got it fixed to accept the Temetra. So we can use the Temetra, but when it goes to download to the new city program, it, last time you, again, took the first meter reading, and then every meter after that was the same. So it's some kind of glitch when it transfers from Temetra to Simple City. It's Simple City Water Chief.
I don't even know if they've had so many numbers.
Tell me who it is.
Yeah.
Tell me who it is. Temetra, when it goes from Temetra to that, the billing software, it messes up. And that's what they're supposed to do. And, the one we're using is not supported. The handhelds that we've been using, not supported anymore. So whenever they have a problem with that, they won't do anything with it. So if it crashes, then we'll be back to hand reading because Unless they get that fixed for financial work, it's not gonna work.
Is there any way of calling, and asking if they've gotten that fixed yet?
They said that they're looking to get us, it's not until we go live, and they're looking to get us to go live, in about a year. That's kind of why we started looking into new companies, mainly because of this, because we've been paying for both of them, trying to go live with both of them, and we were told years ago we would be not supported by the end of this year. And
They still pay 4 companies. Cause they have got. You're paying for Temetra and Itron, and we're paying for G-Works and Simple City, because we can't use the one, because the other one don't work.
I see. Okay.
Great move.
Any other questions for? Nothing else for us? Do you? The next on the agenda is the 15-minute exec session, but you want to move that down to behind hours, so then that way, when those guys leave, if they don't want to come back, they don't have to.
Okay.
I don't have anything. Commissioner White. Your turn.
Well, since the caretaker's here, you made me think about it. Talked about it a while back about, possibility of him being able to stay there throughout the winter, like that. Did we ever figure anything out on that, or did we?
The last ones did, anyway, you can.
I know the the pay deal was only for camping season. But I don't, I mean. $500 a month, I just like, I know that was.
I'm okay with you staying out there, the winter. The last one stayed. Like the last
I
couple.
mean, weather, yeah, too, it's gonna get something to be out there, so it might deter people from messing around out there. Doing,
I'd make some improvements too. I wanna, if you'd let me, I'd like to put down some. River rock, 1/4 inch river rock. And then, and this is for even after I'm gone, and then put a retaining wall. So that river rock stays there. Look real nice. I'll pay for it.
In front of your spot.
Everybody else builds whatever they want out there.
No, it'll look real nice.
I'm sure it will.
I'm not gonna build it. I'm gonna pay somebody to
Yeah.
build it, to do it right,
I got no problem with that anyway, because everybody else doesn't.
I'll put plastic down, then I'll put the rock down so the weeds don't come up. Might hire
I
Sean.
know
Your caretaker, was he paid through the winter time?
Yeah, he's paid sometime, he was supposed to have.
It was like a lower rate.
He was supposed to help, scoop snow and stuff like that.
I'll do whatever you want. I'll buy a blade for my side by side.
he was made an employee.
I see. Well, I was just,
Yes, he was.
he was still.
That was an option administrator.
He's still optional to
Hired
be
as
a
buddy.
part-timer, right, through the winter time. I mean, if he wants to be.
I don't need to be paid nothing. I can just watch the park. Do whatever you want to do. I don't need to be paid for it.
I mean, it's not like you, I mean, if you really think about it, you're getting your spot for free and.
Oh,
you're getting all that
that's
stuff
what, that's
free.
what I'm saying. I don't need to be paid. That's not, I'm not asking any money whatsoever. I got my side by side, to help out.
He's about 1,300 other residents like you.
No, we enjoy it out here. And with her mom being across the country.
And I guess.
So I'll make a motion to approve the caretaker, stay in his spot throughout the off season. Do it next year. And
Mike's gonna do
to do the improvements he'd like to do.
Motion to it, Commissioner White,
I'll second it.
second by Commissioner Thornton.
I just got
All in
one other
favor?
question. Where do you get gravel around here?
The ground we want.
Either little river rock or just crushed concrete. That's just big boulder stuff.
Motion carries.
Yeah, around here, it's making sure we're up.
Decking your stuff, you're probably the ready mix.
Yeah, I was really, it's needs to river.
I want that as decorative.
Okay,
I don't know that they have as small as you're talking, but
it's
They
just
They
easier to
have,
walk.
they have, little bitty stuff.
All the playground and stuff.
Advantage Concrete also has a bunch of piles of fancy stuff out there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's all I had.
I got nothing.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yep, thanks. Commissioner Hall, leave that. Pierce. Now we need to go into an executive session for non-elected personnel. There's the calls, 15 evaluation. Everybody at the table. And.
I'll use the restroom before we
Yeah,
go.
it's gonna all that stuff. Yeah. No, you can't. 2 minutes seems like a minute.
I see, I said, I think.
Yeah, don't, we won't start until he comes back, so like, we'll take a short break.
Doesn't matter.
Motion was everybody's to stay, so we'll just vote. Everybody's welcome to stay, 'cause we're still under the session.
Yeah, I was telling them, thanks for coming, I mean, yeah, they can say that, and all around, get something to get out of here, just
Wait for the late guy to start like jumping, hitting their feet together as he's running.
He's asked me a couple times, and I forgot to mention it before, and when I seen him here, I was like, oh, hey, yeah, we talked about that. Didn't think it was gonna be a problem, I mean, it was just. I feel like the campers, for the most part, let's pretty happy.
Right, so that was a classmate's house of mine. And we tried to reach out to her, for 30th, and we couldn't get a hold of her.
It's a little neat, still familiar, but I don't know the people, if we mail a letter, you call back.
Right. Second oldest. Yeah. Bill might come along. Wait a minute. Okay. A motion on the table to go into executive session with everybody at the table, including Chief Ventrican for non-elected personnel and protect the privacy of those involved for an employee evaluation.
I'll second it.
I'll make that motion, so.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Nobody's opposed. For 15 minutes, I think I said that, but.
Yeah.
And when you're done, right, you can close the doors, we're at offline up top.
all the school.
Well, Williams is the only one on, other one on stage, so it was all outside, so the big pass, I mean.
We see it in that side, outside the building, could, just, for a second.
After executive session, no action taken, information only. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Thornton, second. Pierce, all in favor? All opposed?
First, gonna finish answering the question. There has been times Aaron will, he comes in early a lot. They'll go out there and they hand out stickers.